This is the beautiful gamepad here on the Lithium Project channel. I am Lithium Project, and we have Marcel Desailly's Pro Football for the PS1. And this is not quite the introduction I was expecting. What the fuck is this? Is this a developer intro? Don't know where that first bit fits into this, but whatever. This is Marcel Desailly's Pro Football for the PlayStation 1. The very brief amount that I was looking into this, as far as I'm aware, this is a French exclusive, which might explain why it's a Ubisoft produced game. This has an N-Gage game. It's somewhat got like Gameloft involved with this as well. This is a mobile game. I feel like I need to whack up the audio bit so we can really hear this. It's got that kind of... Eiffel 65 thing going on. As far as I'm aware, this is a French exclusive. I might be wrong, but, you know, would explain why Desailly has his own fucking football game. I have not seen Steve Screech in my times. Who the fuck is Steve Screech? Okay, right, these are the people behind it. It would be nice to know what, like, their actual roles were and not just, like, random fucking names. This is the most Windows Movie Maker fucking credit screen I've seen in some time. There was also a skip in the music there where it loops background, like, oh boy, I'm not confident about this one, gotta be honest. Now, my French is not great. What the fuck is entrainment? I'm guessing it's entertainment? No, it's not. Let's not get bogged down in the weeds of menus of a language that I can't read. I'm gonna guess the top one is like play or match. Yeah, okay. This Azerbaijan kind of carries over into most languages, I'd imagine. Who? Reptech. Oh, what is this music? This, oh, speaking of like cheapness as well. I mean, look at this menu screen. Fucking hell. Like, what is this music? And why circle to confirm when I pressed X to enter the menu to begin with? Interestingly enough, like, actually, do you know what? Another thing as well. So, this is a 2002 game. Now, keep this in mind. So, this game is a PlayStation game from 2002. And I know there's a PS2 game as well. And that, to me, looks like a PS2 DualShock controller. That does not look like a PS1 DualShock controller. It could just be the color tint, like the grey looks more like black, but that looks to me like a fucking PS2 controller, not PS1. So they couldn't even be bothered to do the minimal amount to like change the sprite over. So if that doesn't give an idea about what we're about to run into, I guess. Is this going to look worse than, like, I'm trying to think, what was, like, on complete onside soccer? Was that, like, 96? Even Axyz soccer doesn't look, like, great. It looks great for its time. This game comes, like, 6 years later. Look at it. Fucking hell. We don't have commentary. We have the fucking combine and commentary, apparently. Okay, so X is... Whoa, hang on. Whoa. The ball just ran away from me here. So X is pass, but it's not consistently pass. Oh, sacré fucking blue, my friends. So like X is pass, but I'm just trying to do it again in a second here. Yeah, but it's not always pass. I don't know if it's to do with like where the ball is in relation to your foot, or whether it's just like it just doesn't want to register sometimes. I don't know. I mean, the actual movement of the character sprites or models are okay. Like, the actual animations look fairly decent. The movement's got a real... Not in terms of the actual movement of the characters, but just like... Well, like, I'm having to double tap to pass. And, like, there I did... I thought that was a shot. That might be a lob. But there's, like, a second between... Because the actual, like, animation of you doing the lob has to play. Which... There's an immersion to it, I guess, because you're watching the movement happen, but in terms of actually playing it as a game, you kind of want that feedback to happen a lot fucking quicker. You have a through ball? And, like, just the ball can just run away from you, which is mad. Oh. Okay. Easy as that. Cool. No replays, that's fine. You know, like, that wasn't a thing by 2002. But I'm actually really curious to know, is this a port of... I mean, it wouldn't be a port of... Well, no, because the fucking N-Gage isn't till 2000 and what? 5, 6? Somewhere around there? So how the fuck did this game end up as an N... What? Like, did Ubisoft just have the rights and just say, fuck it, put that on? Like, whoa, what is with the physics of the ball? You know, like Ubisoft's so desperate to have a football game on the N-Gage. And obviously, they're not really involved with any other football game I can think of. Unless there's a Rayman football game. Pretty sure there isn't. So they're like, okay, well, we still have that Marcel Desailly game that we still own the license to, so, I don't know, throw that on the N-Gage, why not? I don't have an N-Gage emulator. I'm sure such a thing exists. Do I want to spend the time looking into that? Probably, because I'm slightly sick in the head. Oh my god, it come off the referee. I've never seen that before. Wow. Alright, maybe this game's pretty cool. Like, the actual core gameplay is... a bare bones would still mean that, like, there was a baseline that they were attempting to reach here. shoulder buttons don't do fuck all. And I can only tell because, like, triangle is run. Like, when triangle is a run button, you know your shoulder buttons aren't seeing much use. Because I'm thinking back to, because again, I saw on the wiki that, like, Gameloft are involved somehow, so I don't know if, like, well, I would presume the Gameloft did the mobile ports. But I don't know if Anko, or whatever the fuck the developer on this is, like, the kind of core developer. And, you know, I mean, this asks questions about how did this game come to be. Like, I'd imagine Ubisoft was just like, hey, we need a football game. Love that there's no change in the camera angle. That's great. Can't even fucking, like, move where the ball goes. Oh, that is the worst. That is the worst corner kick camera setup mechanic I've seen in a football game yet. Fucking hell. No halftime. Bang. Straight back in, of course. Fucking hell. And we've lost sound as well. We've lost the crowd. Okay, there is a start, but now the oh no, there it is. It's back. Just needed something to happen. Actually, what have we got in terms of camera? What? Oh, zoomer and dezoomer. Okay. Map. So there's no actual, like, here's the camera settings, here's the audio, here's just no. This is the options. Fuck it. Oh, it's a replay. Sorry, there is a replay. Okay. Right, back to it. Oh, that's actually a bit too far out. Okay. Like, this is the kind of game I want to see a no clip documentary on. I ain't interested in your Dooms and your Rocket Leagues. This. Like, I gotta know, how does a game like this come into fruition? And more importantly, like, if Ubisoft do go, okay, we need a football game, and then, like, this is the end result. Look, you know, there are conversations to be had about certain practices about Ubisoft. We don't need to get onto them on this video of all things. Also, I was hammering square like 4 times there, waiting for a shot to happen. But this screams, as much as any other football game that I've played so far, of like, we just need our football game on the platform. You know? And it's like, obviously, we see this in 2025, or in, like, kind of modern day, in terms of, like, the games as a live service type of thing, where every publisher needs to have their version, whether it's XDefiant, Anthem, Concord, you name it. But, like, even though those games have their problems, and obviously most of them don't survive past, like, the first 3 months, a lot of that really comes down to you just couldn't get the player base on board, or the publisher had an expectation that was just beyond, you know, they were just like, oh, Fortnite does these numbers, let's have those numbers. But there's still polish and craft to those things, where this looks like, you know, a 3-month dev cycle at best. Like, as many corners cut off as possible. And the fact that this got greenlit and released is just kind of fucking sickening, really. And I wonder if, like, and, you know, like, it's 2000, no, but fucking even by 2002, there are still very good football games out there. And I don't know, you know, Desailly personally. Who knows if he likes football games at all. But did he get to play this at all? Did he get to at least be like, nah, this ain't gonna work for me, brother? I can't remember which other football game I played as well, where the shooting, there was, like, you hit the shot and then whatever the ball is going to do, like, there's no actual space or time to see the movement happens. It's just like, bam, bam, that's it. Like, it's the same thing there, where it's like the trajectory of the ball going from the point to the location, you don't really see any of that. It's like it goes into fast forward. It's, oh man, so many things about this that are bad. Because, like, complete onside soccer is an abomination. But if I recall, I don't think that was like a. Excuse me. I don't think that was a major. Um. Wait, what the fuck did I get the yellow card for? What did I get the yellow card for? I don't think that was like a major publisher, and that was also just taking like a PC game and porting it to PlayStation, and it was also like 96. Like, this is a Ubisoft game from 2002. And I think there's something about that where, even though I say this is marginally, and we are talking fucking marginally better than complete onside soccer, every other like aspect around it, in terms of the publisher, in terms of there being like an actual footballing star who, like, he was probably in the 98 squad. He must be a World Cup winner. He's definitely a European Championship winner. Um, it's the real like cynical part of the games industry coming like careening through here, and maybe that's like part of why they tried to get Desailly on. Obviously, Ubisoft have like their French roots, but maybe they're like, right, we want a French football superstar because of the World Cup, because of the Euros on top of this. But it did, like, in similar to Complete Onside Soccer, and I think there's another game as well where it's like, this feels like an unfinished game. Um, and stuff like the audio cutting out like it has. Alright, at least we can see what free kick looks like. And again, like, no additional camera, like, just nope, fuck you. Can't even try and aim, just like, this is quite appalling. No wall now. Oh no, they're coming. Can I get a shot in time? No, I can't. Like, how am I meant to actually try and aim out around the wall? Yeah, fuck you. Oh, give me a red card. I dare you. I dare you. No? Alright, whatever. And also, if this is as bad as it is, I gotta find the PS2. I gotta find the PS2 version of this and see how that plays in comparison. Mainly because I imagine, like, mechanics wise is probably the same, but I'd be curious to see how graphics wise it holds up if it looks like this. Because if it's basically like this and it's the PS2, not even a. Oh, okay, yeah, it's here. Yeah. God. No, do not save state. I resume. Um. Okay, cool. Oh, football rankings. There we go. Get the right screen up. So really, what does this come down to? This comes down to my table being a bit busted up. Let me just fix that. There you go. Oh, Striker. Okay, oh, man, I've been on Onside case all this time, and I'd completely forgotten that there were two games that were below it: 442 Soccer and Striker Pro. I'm trying to remember. Oh, excuse me. Trying to remember either of those games, and that's a bit of a problem. So, like, I mean, I think again. Like, what are you expecting from a CDI game? Of course it's going to be terrible. I think I can still make the same argument as I made for Onside Soccer and 442 Soccer. I think I can apply it here. Like, even, 442 from 97. This is a 2002 game that and it's published by Ubisoft. So, there should be just, I don't know, like some sort of quality control here, and not just the feeling that it's like we just need to get a football. And also the fact that like this is 2002. Like, the fuck took you so long to actually get a football game published? Again, maybe it was like the World Cup thing and whatnot. Yeah, it's going at the bottom. It's going at the bottom. And the only thing that is going to change this being at the bottom is if I need to fix that. That's fine. The only thing that's going to save this from being at the bottom is if the PlayStation 2 version of this is effectively the same thing, because then that's just going to be egregious, because it's a PS2 game looking like a PS1 game and all that. And I don't say it in a derogatory manner that, like, there are PS1 games that look great, but by 2002, even for the PS1, like this looks like a PS1 game from 95, 96. And your game doesn't have to be the most fucking advanced looking thing for the PS1. Lord knows, I've just been playing Final Fantasy IX, and like, it is quite incredible what could be done with the PS1, even just in terms of like the FMV and stuff. But actually, that game in general, but regardless. But this is just cheap looking. This is as cynical a product as I've played in this series, and yeah, I guess I gotta try and find that N-Gage port, or at least I'm gonna go and have a look and just see now, like, what that looks like. Man, that's kind of sickening. But hey, they got to be played, and it's now been played. So that is Marcel Desailly's Pro Football. The pro bit seems. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If there are any other games of this level of fucking horrendousness, please let me know so I can experience them. But until then, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you again next time for another installment of the Beautiful Gamepad. Thank you very much.